So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today. Beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Gorgeous weather, 77 degrees. A little bit of wind, so if you hear a little bit of wind, it's all unnatural. About to get back into preparing for my 5K seasons. My 5K runs that I try to do every year. I've only got one lined up so far, so if you have a 5K in the area that you are especially fond of, shoot me the information or comment. I'll look for it to, because there's 5Ks that happen and I don't know all of them. But I will tell you, I do love to run 5Ks and just really good goal setting situations for me. You know, if I go, okay, I'm going to run a 5K in 6 weeks or in 8 weeks, that motivates me to walk, jog, exercise. I have a goal-oriented type deal. So please comment if you have any in mind or any that you do. Blah, 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 blah. So here we are. I'm going to be doing this and then cleaning up the barn and getting everything ready for the evening. But I have something very important that I want to talk to you about. Okay? And I think this is a conversation, a healthy conversation that needs to be had. Because again, it's going to continue to put goals in mind for you. It's not just about running a 5K or losing 10 pounds or, you make goals, or I write down these things that I'm going to clean up this week. I'm going to clean out this closet or this bedroom or whatever I'm going to do. This is a massive goal. And so I'm going to hopefully this will not stress you out, but it will cause you to think. That's the whole goal here, okay? First and foremost, I want to tell you and remind you that you're winning. All the clown show, whether you see it from people around you or not, trust me when I tell you, Americans are waking up. People from around the world are waking up. People in England are waking up and are finally standing up for their children. The people in Ireland are finally pushing back and are standing up for women. Women, real women, mothers. All of that. We've seen this just over the last couple of days. There are wins happening. You are winning. And it's going to continue. The truth is continuing to reveal itself, y'all. Okay? But there are some things you need to think about. And this is what this video is about. So take a deep breath. Grab yourself a beverage of your choice. Okay? Because if you haven't thought about this, I think you need to think about it. Let's go. Now, this is not to gaslight anybody. This is not arguing to or for necessarily for a political position. This is a conversation. Adults should hear that and understand that automatically. You, if you follow this channel, and I thank you for being here, you probably have an idea or already know, because I've told you, who I'm voting for should we have the opportunity. Did you hear that? To vote this coming fall. Okay? I make no bones about it. I don't lie about my thoughts. I just tell you what I think and move on with life. And adults appreciate that. But here's what I want to tell you, and here's what I think you need to think about. Take a deep breath. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle if Donald Trump does not get elected in November? I can't say for sure that I believe that it will be Joey. I mean, again, here we are just in the middle of March. There's a lot that could happen between now and November anyway. Okay, so let's put that out there first. We all should understand that. Regardless of what you think, and regardless of who you're going to vote for, if you are an adult, I'm just going to keep saying that, you probably should be aware of that anything at this point in the game is possible, right? Yes, yes, yes. You should be. But there's a lot of people that are very hopeful that Donald Trump is going to win in November. I would be one of those people because I think he is the best of the choices that we are presented with, okay? And you know who I'm going to vote for. But I will tell you, if you've been watching my channel for a while, and if you've been watching in recent weeks, I have said several times that I'm very concerned that regardless of who we think should win and who we think technically will win, or who we think will help turn some things around here, what if that doesn't happen? What if it just doesn't happen? Now, we could go 100 different ways of conspiracy with what actually could happen up to, during, and after the election. There are things that are clearly out there, plain and simple, that could be done, might be done. I'm always telling you to be peaceful, because I think you are being provoked into being violent, and that is, again, to minimize your rights. I have said this over and over again. This is why I tell you to please keep the cool heads about you. I've talked about you as the sons of Scotland, even if you're not Scottish at all. We understand that a lot of the fighters during the Revolution, whether it be militia or whether it was in the colonial army or whatever, we do understand that a lot of their heritage, not all, but a lot of them were Scots-Irish. They were Scotsmen. They were Scotsmen. So this is why I say to you, that's my endearing term to you for my patriots, is you're the sons of Scotland. But I think that it would be a wise decision at this point in the game for you to prepare accordingly. I don't want you to go with the possibility of something is going to swoop in and save the day. The only thing that can swoop in and actually save the day is the Lord Jesus Christ, in my personal opinion. I have stated that very openly many, many times as well. I do think that there are individuals that have been placed here through time that are patriots for different people in different places. And God has a plan. But what is that plan? We don't know. Again, you can talk to me about who's got a prophecy here, and who's doing this, and who's talking about this on a YouTube channel. I try to not get too wrapped up into all of that. I try to always bring myself back, my family back, and you back to preparedness. But I think you need to have this conversation with yourself, because we saw what happened in 2020. We saw all of the pushing back and forth in 2020 in various ways. We have since found out that a lot of the things that people were fighting with or for have turned out to be a sham. We have seen a lot of fraud. We have seen a lot of things. So you have to ask yourself, will 2024 and around that time be anything like 2020, that time era? I want people to be praying, and I want people to be peaceful. But we could be bringing about different elements here that I'm not sure everybody is fully aware of. Now, a lot of you are. I get that. I know most of you out there are right here with me. But every single day we are adding, I just gained 1,000 subscribers since yesterday. And there's a lot of new people here. A lot of new people waking up. So they may have never thought about this. They may not be aware of anything at all. It's shocking at times. That's not a put down, but it's just like this. It's like when you go to a medical doctor and they talk to you about what's going on, and that doctor is so smart, and he's talking in all of this in medical speak, and I have to stop him and I say, listen, talk to me like I'm 5 years old. You will not offend me. Please break this down. James had a cardiologist that was this way. We've since changed cardiologists. He goes to the cardiologist every year, but he had one, and this guy was so smart, and he wasn't. There was no ill will there. He was just so smart that he couldn't break it down. I said, listen, talk to me like I'm 5. You're not gonna offend me. He was like, okay, yes, ma'am. So this is what I'm saying. You have to always assume sweetly that there are people that may not be at your level of understanding just what all is at stake here and what all we are up against. And they may have the best of intentions, but they're not prepared for the possibilities. And that's what we want to continue to talk them through and bring them through and have them be prepared for. This is a major psychological form of preparedness. This is a mental and emotional form of preparedness. We can talk about physical preparedness all day long, getting in shape, learning self-defense, buying food, water, all the things. Okay, we've done that. We do that. We're going to continue to do that. But this is here, and this is here. The amazing thing is, to me, is that I know when I put this video up that I'm going to have people say, well, good. I know. You people can't help yourself. But I hate to tell you, but hell's coming to you too. I don't really understand it. I don't know what veil is over some people's eyes, but clearly it is. And you could say the same thing about me. But here's what the brass tacks is. That's the nitty gritty. Is I firmly believe that this country and we, the American people, as you already know, are at the threshold of something that we've never seen before. Does that mean it's going to happen tonight? I hope not. I hope not. But I think it's something that most of us, as much as we want to pray and we do pray and prepare for, and whatever on a human level, I'm not really sure we understand everything. This could be something that takes another 2 to 3, 5 years. It just depends upon how everything rolls out. I think things stay very confusing now and very fluid on purpose for this reason. It's convenience for those that pull the strings to pull it back or push it forward when and how they want. And it's getting trickier. It's getting trickier because they know the things that have been used in recent past probably won't work this time, so they got to do something different, It's kind of like if you mamas out there that have had babies, and you know how you have to introduce baby food to a baby, and after a while the baby figures out it doesn't like green beans, and then you have to kind of start tricking them up with maybe adding put a little sweet potato on the spoon with the green beans, and then they have to constantly be tricking it up to get you to swallow it. So I don't know what this means to you, but I just want to know that here earlier in the year, without sounding like a pessimistic person, I'm not trying to, but I think it is very reasonable to be considering all the potentials that we could see. And if we get all the way up to actually having an election, some people say we're not going to have one. Some people are concerned that we will not have one. I do not know. But as I said before, let nothing surprise you. But even with that, how do you, let's just stop right there for a second. Let's think about that. What would that be like? How do you think people are going to respond to something like that, should that ever happen? That's a question. That's a concern. So I'm not making a prediction there, but think about it. Most of us probably haven't really ever seen something like that, right? Yeah. And there's a lot at stake. So there's a lot going on. It's very consuming. This is why I want you out walking the driveway, running the driveway, doing some push-ups for multiple reasons. But again, it's allowing you, hopefully, more time to prepare. No, I don't think the country is dead. The people here are not. The spirit is still here, but there's so much confusion, it's hard to know which way is up and which way is down. So here's why I tell you this over and over again. The constants in your life. Jesus, your family, your peacefulness, your preparedness, learning skills, and getting back to the old ways as best as you can. and be expecting anything to come your way. That's pretty much what I think we need to be preparing for. Because ultimately, if he does get in, how are things going to be? I don't know. If he doesn't get in, how are things going to be? I don't really want to know. Please be preparing accordingly. Just please be preparing. I hope this video makes sense. I have to pick and choose my words carefully, obviously, for many different reasons. And I also want everyone to know that I'm never advocating for any type of chaos or violence, but I am advocating for you to be prepared should that ever happen. And remember, we're not even talking about anything financial. We're not even talking about the economy here. I have certain theories of what's going to happen after an election if Donald Trump gets in, which goes back to preparing economically as well. Okay? These are loose, random thoughts that I have, and I bounce around through a couple. But every time I go, what does this mean? Why did I dream this? Why do I think this? Why am I seeing this? And it seems confusing at times. You know what brings me back to center? The things I've already told you. Jesus, my family, and ultimately preparing as best I can. Do everything you can, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to wrap it up. Look at her. I don't see Fritz and sister. It's a beautiful day. They might be squirrel hunting. I don't know. Busy. Well, guys, I'm going to get my quick little run on here. Make sure you're stretching, drinking water. Try to eat really good. Really good whole foods. Try to bring that stress down. I know it is overwhelming right now for everybody. You don't have to do anything expensive. In fact, all the things that I mentioned in a lot of ways are free, but it will make you feel better. I promise. Like, subscribe, and share. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support. I can never thank you enough. Godspeed, and I'll see you in the next video. Ginger, are you going to jog? You got to take off some of that winter fluff, girlfriend. Get ready for bikini weather. Don't be acting crazy like all them spring breakers now.